opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Jackson now.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
Back deep is Philip Dorsett. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. Tua going to throw.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From midfield, here's Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. A call on luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossan.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
First carry for Raheem Mostert, down at the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A first carry now for Chase Edmonds.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
And the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Forced out to his left.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
But you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A first update now out of Jacksonville. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And the Colts have scored again to widen their lead even further. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On first down, Tagovailoa. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
Ready.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to pass. Tua hit, and the ball is out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Another try after the first down sack. Tua. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders in the Dolphin field goal unit. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They go play action with Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league. 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he's got room. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami.
Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Jackson. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on second down.
Tua.
Touchdown!
Jalen Waddle
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's Dorsett. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Down.
Tua now on first down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Drill 52. Triple 38. Ready.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Come on, set. Right, kick. Hunt. Ready.
They'll
go for it with Edmonds. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
To his throw here, going to be caught by Wilson.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 23. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Here's second and 10. Now Tua. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
On second and 12, Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. They juked him. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson on first down. Open man is Duvernay. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's second and 6. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On third down, Jackson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got his man, it's Andrews. They'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game.
And for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. A disappointing end to that drive, making it to the red zone, but they'll again, CD, wind up with nothing.
And nothing, that's been the key word, because they've had drives throughout that have finished off with nothing. You can't finish off a drive to save their lives in this game, and this one winds up again, giving them, dare I say it, nothing.
David Ajabo, credit him there. He fired across the line and planted him for a loss on the play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Oh, the return is Prochet.
They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action. 2nd and 10.
And Jackson throwing once more. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. 2 and now on first down.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA.
On the ready.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Mostert. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Throwing is Jackson.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Jackson will throw again. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower?
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. CD, you know he's got great options of wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. But that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere form. Mostert hit and he drops the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Ravens. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having...
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson. On the crossing route, complete. That's Wallace.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now it's Jackson. And that is caught. And they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossan.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50, 30, 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. It's David Ajabo there for the tackle.
Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Mostert.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.